Hi, boys and girls, all my third graders. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are enjoying doing some music around the world with me. So today we're going to go to our next country. Just as a little reminder, as I'm doing this presentation, you should be writing into your journal. Remember, don't do it after. It doesn't really make much sense. If I'm teaching it to you now, you might as well take the notes down now. Always also remember to fill out something you've learned and to draw a picture of what you've learned as well. Always have your parents, whoever is you're with you, guardian, whoever, take a little picture of it and email it to me at abroski@schools.nyc.gov. This particular assignment is due by May 4th. Oh, I guess you can kind of see, right? I guess those pictures are not popping up. So let's talk a little bit about Mexico, all right? I'm going to talk about the Mexican flag. We'll talk about some words in Spanish and our instruments and our songs. So let's start with the flag, right? We have our three colors. We have it green, white in the middle, and then red. So whenever you're drawing or you're coloring inside your passport journal, you want to try as best as you can to always start with your rectangle, divide it into three, and make sure that the colors are in the correct order. You'll notice there's a little picture in the middle of the Mexican flag. It's actually an eagle, and he's kind of eating a snake, right? It's kind of a cool image that's in the middle of the Mexican flag. Most people in Mexico speak Spanish, and I know that at PS 81 we have a really, really big Spanish population. Most of you, it's your second language, you have Spanish. Not all of you, I know, but many of us do. So we have hello, which is hola, goodbye, adios, music is música, and peace is paz. Remember, kind of like I spoke to you a little bit about Portuguese last week, some of the words are very similar to the ones we learned when we talked about Brazil. The instrument that I love to show you guys, and again, most of my instruments are at PS 81, the building, is the Mexican Hierro, and I love it because it's shaped like a fish. And if you take a look at it, you'll notice that the end of it's kind of like a tail, and then the rest of it kind of points, and it looks like the fish's head. And if you really look, you'll almost see it kind of like a little smile, like the fish too. And it's a percussion instrument, so you take your stick and you actually can kind of scrape it along. Other instruments that you might be familiar with that we see a lot of in Mexican music is definitely the guitar, as well as the maracas, right? So we also have the maracas, the instruments that we shake along, another kind of percussion instrument, whereas the guitar is a type of string instrument. Whenever we talk about Mexico, a couple of things come to mind when I'm talking about music from Mexico is the mariachi band, which is a group of musicians that play all different kinds of instruments. You could have your guitar, you have your trumpets, and they kind of travel around and they entertain mostly tourists, but locals as well. So why are we talking about Mexico? I usually coordinate with what's going on in the world, and we know that Mexico celebrates Cinco de Mayo, and Cinco de Mayo is actually just next week. So I kind of wanted to get a little push into it. We're already at the end of April. Who would have guessed, right? So we're going to be talking a little bit about Cinco de Mayo. Mexico is our neighbor. So we live in the United States. You also hopefully know that we're in the North American continent, right? Mexico is our neighbor to the south. It is part of our continent, but it is a separate country. So you have Canada above us, which is to the north. You have us, the United States of America, right smack in the middle, like we're the sandwich part, right? And then you have Mexico, which is to the south of us. You do need a passport to get into Mexico because it is another country. Because I know we talked about whenever we use a passport, traveling around, if you were in the United States of America, you wouldn't really need one. But if you were traveling to Mexico, although I think now I mentioned that the laws are changing a little bit, and I think you are going to need a better document even to travel inside the United States of America. But either way, it is our neighbor to the south. All right, I love this. I actually got the privilege to travel to Mexico about 2 years ago, and I did not take this picture. Don't think I wish I did, but I did not. It is absolutely so beautiful, and it's one of the best places I've probably ever been to. And they have beautiful temples. And this is like an Aztec temple. There's a lot of different groups. There's the Aztecs. There's the Mayans that came out of Mexico, and so they have beautiful temples such as this one. So definitely recommend, if you have never been to Mexico, to definitely once we're able to travel again, you should put that on your bucket list. right? A bucket list is a list of things that you want to do sometime in your lifetime. And Mexico is absolutely beautiful. Delicious food, great people, great music, great activities, all around really good time. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to read this little passage to you, and then I'm going to show you a little video which will explain Cinco de Mayo to you a little bit more, and then, of course, we'll go into our song, right? So Cinco de Mayo, important facts. Cinco de Mayo is, of course, celebrated on May 5th each year. It commemorates, which is like, it's like a celebrate in a way, the victory at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. The Mexican army, led by General Zaragoza, was fighting against the French and won an unlikely victory. The people threw a large party to celebrate. Today, Cinco de Mayo is observed as a celebration of Mexican culture. And I know in our school, we always do a really huge celebration, and hopefully you'll celebrate with your families at home. I know I am not Spanish and I am not Mexican, but I like to celebrate all holidays, no matter what nationality, what religion I am, it doesn't matter. I celebrate everything. So I definitely celebrate that as well. All right, I'm going to go into our little video, so sit back, watch, and enjoy.
In this video, we are going to learn facts about Cinco de Mayo for kids! Yay! Kids facts for Cinco de Mayo! You're gonna know so much about Cinco de Mayo, you're just gonna want to talk to everyone about it and be like, oh, Cinco de Mayo is so cool, and I understand it because I saw the video! Cinco de Mayo is an amazing celebration that has food, music, dancing, parades, and more. Cinco de Mayo is Spanish for May 5th, the day that it is celebrated. Cinco de Mayo is mainly celebrated in Mexico and the United States, though there are celebrations in other parts of the world. Okay, wait, we've been saying the word celebration a lot. What are we celebrating during Cinco de Mayo? What is this celebration all about? Well, Cinco de Mayo celebrates Mexico's victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla. The Mexican army defeated the French at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862. The battle was significant because, first of all, it was an underdog story because the Mexican army was very outnumbered. They had about half the soldiers that the French did, and their army was not as well equipped as the French army was, and yet the Mexican army won. It's also significant because it's an example of the people of Mexico coming together and taking a stand. 1 year later, the French did defeat the Mexican army and took over Mexico City. The French victory did not last that long. It only lasted 3 years, and they left Mexico. Benito Juarez took over Mexico City and helped reestablish the government there. We mentioned earlier that Cinco de Mayo is mainly celebrated in Mexico and in the United States, but we mentioned there are also celebrations of Cinco de Mayo around the world. Interestingly enough, even in France there are celebrations of Cinco de Mayo, even though Cinco de Mayo celebrates the Battle of Puebla, where the French army lost. That's weird. I mean, really, that's strange. We can all admit that, right? Right now, we can all say that that's a little bit weird, but there's more to this holiday than meets the eye. Prepare to be shocked and amazed in a segment we call What You Didn't Know About Cinco de Mayo. Oh, that even rhymes. What you didn't know about Cinco de Mayo. That's pretty cool. What you didn't know about Cinco de Mayo. Well, at least what we don't think you know. Maybe you do already know this. Okay, here we go. As many as 81 million avocados are eaten every Cinco de Mayo. 81 million! Wow! Or how about this? Many people confuse Cinco de Mayo with Mexican Independence Day, which is September 16th. Remember, Cinco de Mayo celebrates the victory at the Battle of Puebla, not Mexican Independence Day, which is a different holiday in September. And finally, what you didn't know about Cinco de Mayo, probably, is for most people in the United States and around the world, Cinco de Mayo is a celebration of Mexican culture. Which might explain why Cinco de Mayo is celebrated in France. Because the Battle of Puebla, that was not something that the French people would normally want to celebrate, Yay, we lost! They wouldn't do that. But they're celebrating Mexican culture, and for many people around the world, that's what it's about. In Mexico, it's a celebration of the Battle of Puebla, but around the world, it's a celebration of the incredible Mexican culture. So, how do you plan to celebrate Cinco de Mayo? If you don't have any plans yet, that's okay. One idea is you can ask a parent or a teacher to help you research and learn more about Mexican culture. Thanks for taking some time today to learn about Cinco de Mayo. Hope you got some awesome facts that you could share with other people, because Cinco de Mayo is a cool holiday. We hope you have fun, have a great time celebrating Cinco de Mayo, and we will see you next video. That was really cool, but the fun doesn't have to stop there.
All right, guys, so it's time for our Cinco de Mayo song. Now, this one is also a direction song, which I love those because they're basically telling us what to do in the song. And this one is no different. We have a couple of different moves, pretty easy, right? We're going to clap our hands. We're going to, let me get up so I can do it. We're going to stomp our feet. We're going to raise our arms, and we're going to turn around. So this song has 4 separate moves, okay? But the cool thing is as we do the song, we're actually going to add to the move we just did. So for example, we're going to start by clapping our hands. Then we're going to add the marching of our feet. We're going to raise our hands, and we're going to turn around. Okay, so by the end of the song, we're actually going to be doing all 4 of those moves together. This one's pretty cool, and it kind of goes like this. The part I really want you to get is this part. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's clap our hands and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's stomp our feet and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today. I know you can't see my feet, but I am stomping, okay? Then the third verse is, it's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's raise our arms and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today. And the final verse is, it's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's twirl around and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today. All right? And that's how we're basically going to do this song. Now, of course, we're going to do it with some music because we always need a little bit of music, right? So just try your best to kind of do it with me.
It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's clap our hands and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's stomp our feet and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today.
Remember, I am stomping my feet, I promise.
It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. Let's raise our arms and shout ole. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today. It's Cinco de Mayo today.
Let's twirl around and shout ole.
It's Cinco de Mayo today.
Now we're going to kind of do it. We clap, then we stop, and stop. Okay, good job, guys. So that is our Cinco de Mayo song. So hopefully if you spend the week learning this song by Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, you'll have it right. All right, guys, let's go on to our homework. So just like I said at the beginning of this presentation, always make sure that your passport journal is filled out. If you're missing any lessons, you can always go back. They are all on my website. They're all on www.mrsbrosky.weebly.com. So if you missed a lesson or you weren't sure what to do, that's okay. They're all there. I'm not deleting anything for pretty much the rest of the year, okay? But the only way to get credit for something is to definitely take a picture of it and to send it to me. You can either send me, it doesn't have to be both. You want to send me both? Fantastic. I love watching or any video that comes to me. But you really only need to send one to get credit, either a photo of your passport journal or a video of you attempting your Cinco de Mayo dance, all right? So boys and girls, have a fantabulous week, and I'll see you next time. Have fun. Bye.